Hi everyone, Tia back with another video. Today I will be touching upon subtitles found in video games, kind of in terms of my own preference, in terms of what I want to see. As you can see right now, we have a terrific example from The Last of Us Part 1 remake or remaster. And for this video in particular, we will be talking about subtitles. Obviously, I mean, we could talk about the listening mode, the color modes, stuff like that, but I just want to focus on that because obviously the subtitles or the subtitling affects kind of my channel the most, because for most of my viewers who are interested in, say, Japanese voiceovers, they're most likely going to be relying upon subtitles, and obviously if people have a good time looking at subtitles, then people can watch it for longer and enjoy it more, right? So more or less my kind of suggestions for companies going forward. For my example, I will be using this picture of Sephiroth, but obviously I've added the subtitles myself. For this first one in particular, you can see it has no kind of stroke effect, so it's just like plain white text in the background. And obviously when you have all of that in motion, it's going to be very difficult, you know, for players maybe to catch an eye, or if you have to like really, if you're watching on your phone per se, it might be alright, but if you're watching on a big screen TV, it can be very distracting, obviously, right? Because obviously Sephiroth's armor is white as well, and it doesn't really contrast well with the background. These other two photos you see right now have been enhanced with a stroke feature, which kind of has color around the text essentially, which makes it easy to stand out. For the middle photo, we have I believe it's a 2-pixel background, and the second one is a 6-pixel background. So obviously the more pixels you add around the text, the easier it is to stand out, right? So if companies were to incorporate these, then I mean, it would definitely be a godsend. And for the bottom one, we have like a very overkill one. It's a 12-pixel stroke effect as well. And I recently did speak to the manager, or the brand manager of the Like a Dragon series for the UK branch, or the EU branch technically, and I did suggest this kind of idea to him as well, and he did kind of like it as well. So I don't know, hopefully he does incorporate that more, because at the moment we do have, well, I played the game recently, right? You do have like a background feature, but in my opinion the background feature just takes up a lot of space, and it stands out even more than it should in my opinion. Whereas, as you guys can clearly see with my recommendation here, the stroke effect, it just blends in more naturally, you know, overall. And obviously you can change, you know, text as well, or the text color, or the stroke effect text color, whichever you want. But obviously it's more work for people, and I don't know, obviously investors might be like, oh, are you going to spend even more money? So if you were to just say, you know, have the basic, you know, red, green, yellow for obviously colorblind people and stuff like that, that would be a major help. Obviously, these additions would have to be more on the darker side to contrast with the white. Obviously, if it's like a brighter red, brighter blue, it's not really going to look good. So these examples I'm showing to you guys now are all dark color examples, so dark red, dark blue, dark yellow, dark green. And it just really looks well. I mean, in my opinion, it looks good to me. And it would make, you know, videos stand out more. Maybe, obviously, you do have certain games. I think the last one I played, The Last of Us Part 1, it did actually have color-coded names and stuff like that. So a certain character, oh no, sorry, wrong game, Resident Evil 4, I should say. So you could also pick, you know, different colors for people speaking and stuff like that. So that was a really good feature. And for my final 4 examples, you have the top image, which has been adjusted with an outer glow effect, and it's a pretty nice, decent kind of thing. In my opinion, maybe not so much, because obviously you have the text stroke added to it. Then you have the right hand side without any stroke effect and just plain white, which is kind of worse in my opinion. But then you have the left image, which has a nice kind of medium to it with the text, and then you also have the shadow enabled. And the shadow does kind of add more of a focus onto it, so it looks pretty good in my opinion. And then you have the final one, which is with even deeper shadows, so the shadow effect has been enhanced and stuff like that. But yeah, that's my kind of quick take on the video as a whole, or on the subject I should say. And yeah, I'm really kind of, you know, as I said, grateful. As you guys can see even here, this is Like a Dragon 8, the demo I played after finishing Gaiden. And you can in fact, you know, have different colors for, you know, people speaking and stuff like that, for a nice little contrast as well. And so yeah, I'm definitely grateful. I'm happy to see all of the change being implemented. I just, I thought I'd put my 2 cents out there for any kind of developer who might be working on, like the accessibility department or like social media department, who might have, some kind of influence in the development of a game. Because obviously I would like to see more of these features implemented, and I'm definitely grateful, that people are doing it already. But I'm just like, you could add a bit more just to make it stand out a bit. Because yeah, if you're watching, say, on the phone, you're going to have a different experience. If you're watching on your laptop, you're going to have a different experience. If you're watching on your TV, you're going to have a different experience. Where I kind of have experience from every perspective in that regard, because when I'm watching on my phone, I'm like, oh, this video is okay. But if I were to watch the same video on my TV, just because of the subtitles or how they are, when it's kind of like blown up to like 1080p or 4K or whatever, it is kind of a bit jarring. It's like, oh man, it's kind of like hard in the eyes, So the more options, the better everyone is at the end of the day. But anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed my little quick video. If you have any feedback on, I don't know, on this topic in general, feel free to talk. I'm always happy to talk about people on how we can kind of make a bit of a difference in the gaming community as a whole. But if you want to talk about anything else, I'm always keen to hear what you have to say. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day. Until next time, take care and goodbye.